signs. At this time, I'd like to introduce Mr. Ken Fish, who has a personal story.
Hello, everybody. Many of you I know, some of you I don't yet know. So by way of introducing myself to you, some of you may recognize this sign. It appeared in the Providence Journal, wonderful photograph by Kathy Borchers. And the sign was altered. It once said 18 years together. 3 years later, I changed it to 21 years together. How much longer do I have to wait? And while I hold up this sign, I'd like to recognize my loving partner of almost 22 years, Trent, who is in the audience out here somewhere. Where are you, Trent? Trent, say hi. Thank you for your love and support. But I want to make clear that what I have to say today speaks for me alone. I'm not speaking on behalf of any organization that I am affiliated with. This is my own personal message. I'm Ken Fish. I'm not Harvey Milk, but my message is the same. I'm Ken Fish, and I'm here to recruit you. I'm here to recruit you into the struggle that began formally about 30 years ago with the Stonewall riots in New York City. I've been part of our struggle for social justice and equality for all of those 30-plus years, and I'm amazed at our progress. But simultaneously, I'm appalled by our so-called political leaders' embarrassing and revolting homophobic behaviors. Homophobic is the right word. You don't like it? Well, let's take it apart and see what it means. Homophobia, phobia, fear of, homo, about us, fear of things gay. So what is it exactly that they are afraid of? Marriage, in all 6 and counting states, hasn't hurt anyone or anything. In fact, it strengthens our state when full participation in its rights and responsibilities is accorded to all of its citizens. It is this fear, homophobia, that combined with political power that continues to prevent our full participation in the American dream. Political power. And it's time to take off the gloves and to name names. It's time for truth, to speak to power in a clear and outraged voice that says, I'm mad as hell, and I'm not going to take it anymore. Now let's start at the top with Governor Kachiri, who has promised to veto our bill despite repeated and reputable public opinions and polls in Rhode Island that show strong support at the 2-to-1 level for civil marriage. He says he will impose his personal religious and political views on our state's residents' rights in order to preserve his, quote, traditional, unquote, views on us. Frankly, he reminds me of some of the Southern governors of a generation ago, attempting desperate defenses of segregation, all in the name of, quote, tradition.
That's right.
Orville Forbes, George Wallace, Lester Maddox, and his despicable axe handles. It took our Supreme Court to end that traditional view that had the same effect of creating a second class of citizens who was not accorded full and fair access to society's benefits. Governor Kachiri may seem to be an easy target, being a Republican and all, but greater villains lurk in the legislature and its so-called Democratic leaders. We might expect to find enlightened support and courageous leadership in the state's Democrat Party, and we can find many in the party and its faithful, but none in the legislative leadership. None! They are cowards, all. Not an ounce of political courage in all of them put together. The Speaker of the House, Bill Murphy, the most powerful politician in the world, he echoes the governor's empty arguments and refuses to let his party members vote their conscience on marriage and related civil rights issues, like even divorce. His arrogance is shared in the Senate by Teresa Paiva-Weed, who won't allow even committee votes in her domain. Just this week, I attended a hearing on the divorce bill in House Judiciary. Another hearing, another year, but no vote. Why not? Representative Donald Lally is the chair of the committee, but Bill Murphy controls Lally. So 15 members of the committee, of his committee, the General Assembly, are being denied their opportunity and their responsibility to make a decision on behalf of all of us. Why? Because they have the votes, and they are afraid of the result. We have the votes to win. They are afraid of the result. Homophobia again. But it's too easy to demonize our enemies. We must look deeper at why they can get away with this outrageous exercise of political power. We must also look to those who say they are our friends and look beyond their words and judge their actions. Many of us were very proud when Gordon Fox was elected majority leader in the House. We were even more proud when he finally came out as a gay man. But Gordon Fox has now become part of the problem and not the solution. Where, oh where is the courage to confront the injustice and religious discrimination that we face daily?